Hello everyone, my name is Julia Law of Laser Clinic in France, and I'm the person, should you choose of course, to phone me, and at the end of this program you'll have all our contact details, because I'm the person that you'll be dealing with concerning everything concerning your weight loss surgery that you may be requiring. First of all, I'd like to tell you about the hospital. The hospital is the largest French NHS hospital in France. Over 2,000 beds, all in private rooms with their own bathroom. And if you bring anybody with you, they can be in that same room with you for 1 or 2 nights, depending the operation you have. That's how long you are in the hospital. So you needn't be on your own. You've got a very, very good bariatric surgeon and his team looking after you. And all the nurses and everybody speaks English. The hotel, you're in the hotel for 2 persons, for you and whoever accompanies you, bed and breakfast. Again, no extra charge. When our taxi service picks you up, either at Paris airport or maybe Eurostar terminal in Paris, they bring you to this hotel and everything, in other words, is provided for you. It's a full package. You have nothing to worry about at all. All you have to do is get to Paris and leave the rest to us. All I can say is please take the opportunity of looking at this video and doing something that you're probably wanting to do for a very long time, and that is to take a positive view of any weight loss issues that you've got, and now you've got the opportunity to have something done at affordable prices. We look after you from the moment you arrive to the moment you leave us. You've got absolutely nothing to worry about, because the bariatric surgeon and the hospital are second to none for the aftercare that they give to all the patients, irrespective whether you're from the UK or anywhere else. It is part of the team that works with the head bariatric surgeon and gives you the best care that you can have. Thank you very much for listening.
I'm Sheila, and decided to have a gastric sleeve after trying various diets. I think I've tried every diet in existence, and as I've lost weight, and you can lose it, but the weight goes back on plus more, and health issues were coming into existence, and decided that the gastric sleeve was the best option for me. Since having surgery, the gastric sleeve, in February, my life has changed completely. Before surgery, I was very conscious of my weight and wanted to hide away and didn't really want to be with people. The more I could hide, the better. I never wanted to go out in public. Thought I was an embarrassment to my family because of the size that I was. But since having surgery, obviously the weight loss is a big boost, and being able to walk out with the family, my girls tell me that they're proud of me. You don't feel an embarrassment to your family, even though they probably say I never was. But to me, I was. And being able to have the confidence to walk out with them and know that they're proud of me. I've had lots of compliments at work on how much weight I've lost, and I've been quite happy to tell them how I've lost the weight, which I wouldn't dream of ever doing before February. And walking into shops and buying clothes is obviously a good thing. So yeah, it's a huge boost, and definitely the best thing I've done. To me, I'm a whole different person. Initially had a phone call from Tulia after making the request for the surgery, and expertise over the telephone, various questions to make sure that you're okay for the surgery, and basically left in Tulia's hands, and absolutely fantastic in making all the arrangements and ready for surgery on the 4th of February. I would highly recommend. I wouldn't have any hesitation at all to recommend this company. It's absolutely fantastic treatment. If you've got worries, you can ask questions and you will get answers. There's really absolutely nothing to worry about.
I have no living memory of being normal weight. I think I've always been associated as being overweight and fat since the age of 8. That's not been assisted by an underactive thyroid, which I was diagnosed with in my mid-30s, but ultimately I have always had a weight problem as long as I can remember. Ever since then, I have had a life of a roller coaster where, as and when my mindset was in the right place, I could lose weight, but then I would put it all back on and a bit more. I decided in December that enough was enough, and after much research on the internet, I decided to go ahead with the surgery. It's something I have considered for many, many years, but ultimately haven't gone ahead with the decision because you hear so many bad stories, and the cost in itself is obviously a problem for most people. I made inquiries on the internet as to where to go on the basis that I knew the cost in England was out of my price range, and I found the laser clinic on the internet and underwent a gastric sleeve on the 4th of February this year, and I haven't looked back since. My life after surgery has been unrecognisable. I work full-time as a family law solicitor, and I'm also a foster carer for 2 children. My husband works offshore 3 and 3, so 6 months of the year I'm a single parent to 3 children plus work. So life's very hectic and a lot of energy is needed. Pre-surgery I was always tired, I was very lethargic. I also have an underactive thyroid, which made things very difficult for me to have the energy to do all that was necessary for the children, for work, and just get everything done. And that's been the most significant change post-surgery. The energy that has come from losing so much weight has enabled me to do so much more with the children. Life is much easier having the energy to do those things. You were really restricted in what activities you could do with the children, and now you're far more interactive with the children's social life. Also, it's even to the point where you don't want to be an embarrassment to your children when you go out with them. Can't go on certain funfair rides. You feel embarrassed about going swimming. You're worried about what your children think of you, let alone what public think of you. And when you're that big and you have this stigma, and society has that stigma about large people, you do. And that was another motivation for wanting the surgery, so that my daughter could actually be proud of me. And it's lovely now to have the compliments from friends, the compliments from your children, that you look good, you look better, let alone feeling that yourself. It's a different world, being able to go shopping and walk into any shop and know that you can buy things is a really satisfying experience. Psychologically, you're still in a fat mindset that you pick up clothes thinking they won't fit, but the pleasure you get from going into the changing room and coming out with the dress fitting is phenomenal. It's just a different world, and my only regret is I didn't have it done 10 years ago. 5-star service started as soon as I made the inquiry to the laser clinic, and from therein it was a seamless transition, a seamless package of 5-star treatment. Really, I could not fault the whole process from start to finish. There is obviously some anxiety and hesitation about having to pay the money up front. I mean, that is a real nervous experience, because it's a lot of money to pay out for something that is abroad and unknown to you. So until you actually arrive in France and that first chauffeur arrives to pick you up, it's only then you breathe a sigh of relief that it's a genuine package. But for the value of money that you get, the value for money that you get, and the quality of service is unsurpassable. It's not just from one or two people, it's from the hotel staff to the nurses to the surgery, the anaesthetist, even the taxi drivers.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was there when they were supposed to be, and it was top class service. I mean, literally it was faultless, and you really can't believe the quality of service that you get for the price that you pay. I think what's an added bonus as well is that they allow you to bring a partner to travel with you, and they pay for that partner, which is good because my husband travelled with us, and effectively he looked after us while we were in hospital and in the hotel, and I think that's an additional expense that you wouldn't expect for such a service.
It was nice that he was allowed to stay at the hospital with us, so he wasn't separated.
Because I think you've got to remember, when you go into this surgery, it's not just the experience of you having the surgery. There is an impact on your family. There will be an impact on your spouse, who gets very nervous and perhaps insecure about what you're going through, let alone worry about the risks of surgery itself. So it's a real family experience that you've got to bring everybody into, because there are repercussions for everyone, but on the main bit, they're positive repercussions. I wouldn't hesitate to recommend, and indeed I have recommended it to at least half a dozen people. And when people make inquiries about how I've lost so much weight, I'm confident to tell them, and not embarrassed to tell them how I lost it, and really recommend the product to them if it's something that they're interested in.
You've been able to see and appreciate what we're offering you. It's not just a question of losing weight, but it's also a question of lifestyle and maybe health issues. Let us help you. So please don't hesitate to contact us. Our contact details are at the end of this video. We work 24/7, so please don't hesitate to contact us and give us the opportunity of helping you. Thank you.